number 3, Devontae Jackson, 75 yards, first play from scrimmage. It's a Texan touchdown. Line, and it's headed across the 40 and then some. We may be having some electricity to start this ball game, football fans. Down the sidelines, number 10, that's Keon House. Kickoff return for a Colt touchdown. LeBlanc out of the stretch. Sky towards left center field. The wind is carrying it. Is it gone? It is! Jackson irons with a 2-run shot over the left center field fence. He'll plate Wharton, and it's 6-4. Patomeko with the pass. Narario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Like Burkle out of position. They've got a pass, and they've got a goal! 9-minute mark. And that will be a Diablos goal! 2 tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level! B.J. Rogers to midfield! One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not! Number 6 in for 6. That will do it. 5:22 to go in the game. JoJo Murray in motion. They're going to do a jet sweep to him on the near side of the field. JoJo Murray across midfield. One man to beat. JoJo Murray's inside the 10. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. JoJo Murray on the 60-yard end around.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions, Energetic Media Solutions.
It has been a long time coming, but it is finally here. One of the favorite sayings in the state of Texas is that it is time for Friday Night Lights, and luckily for us, we get it a day early. Welcome everybody to the 2024 Texas high school football season. And we're here to bring you a game between a couple of teams that are desperate to get a win. A team that has not had one since 2021 and a team that only got one win against their rival last season hit the gridiron in week 1, and both teams feel like that they have a good chance of winning this. This is Texan Football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. I'm Zach Arnold with my pops, Doug, on the call for tonight's match. And this is the pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. They're a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years, so don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April or Jason today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. Pops, we love the Arlington School District. We're now covering one half of Arlington ISD football with the addition of all of the Sam Houston home games and all of the Bowie home games. And it's just so fun to finally be able to kick off the football season.
Yes, Jack, it's great to be here on the home campus of the Sam Houston Texans here at Wildman Field in East Arlington. That's one of the big monikers that the Texan football team aspires to is EA, hashtag EA for East Arlington. And it's appropriate that the opening highlight on the hype video is a Sam Houston football touchdown from last season. And we're very, very excited to be here for Thursday Night Lights to kick off the 24 high school football season here in Texas.
The Sam Houston Texans unfortunately went 0-10 in last year's season, but Irving Nimitz went 1-9 as they get ready to take the field to start this bright and sunny Thursday evening action. We were a little delayed getting the stream going, but we are ready to kick off, so we'll go ahead and send it over to our Zap view that you can see as the game progresses. Unfortunately, due to certain district restrictions, we're not allowed to show you the playing surface, but we are going to bring you as much of the action as humanly possible. It looks like Nimitz won the toss, and they have elected to defer. So Sam Houston will be getting the ball to start this football season. This is year 3 of the Chris James era, and the Texans will be in their red jerseys with their red cursive blue Texans on the helmet with white pants. Nimitz, the visitors, will be in their white jerseys with blue navy numbering and silver pants and silver helmets. The Texans will be receiving from our left-hand vantage point, moving from left to right on your radio dial. Ball is squared up on the right-hand 40. Special teams units are just awaiting signal as we get ready to begin the 2024 season. Thanks so much for tuning in with us tonight. Hit that share button and let the folks know that it is football time in Texas.
Number 17, Devin Dawkins, the senior wide receiver, is back deep for Sam to receive the kick, but it's a short kick towards the up sideline. Received easily there by number 13, Isaiah Terrell, and he brings the ball all the way up to the 49-yard line for to get the Sam Houston Texans started in a great position this season.
And we'll get our first look at the Texan offense. Offensive coordinator Dustin Laswell coming over from Arlington High School with Coach Chris James when they started a couple of years ago. And we'll get our first look at who will be receiving the snaps for the Sam Houston Texans. A lot of new for this team as we prepare for the season to begin. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, a tight end moving from right side of the line to the left now. And he finally comes in motion for the jet sweep. Two to the left and two to the right now. First play is a pass. It's a bubble screen to the near side. It's complete to number 17, Dawkins, who caught the up. And this is number 7, Ken Jones, the senior, gets the start at quarterback for the Sam Houston Texans. First play of the season is a completion. It'll move the ball into plus territory. One play, 9 yards, second down and short for the Sam Houston offense, who put 3 receivers on the left and 1 to the right. Handoff, cut to the right side to the near side, across the 40 to the 35, and finally getting upended at the 34-yard line. That's a great pickup there by number 20, Jalen Harper, getting the start in the backfield with Ken Jones. Three receivers left and 1 to the right. Now a man in motion from left to right-hand side. Handoff, cutting to that near side again and getting tripped up at the 30-yard line. That's number 20 again, Harper, on the carry for the Texans. Three receivers to the left and the... Three receivers. Do you have me, Pops?
Yes.
3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Pass play across the middle. It's a lofting pass inside the 10, and it'll fall incomplete.
Intended for number 88, Latarius Wilburn for the Texans on that one, the tight end, junior, but it was just a little bit beyond his reach on that particular pass play.
Wilburn did have a height advantage up the middle there. That was a good look, just a little overthrown there by Jones. Third down now after the incompletion from the 30-yard line. 3 receivers left and 1 to the right. Jones with a handoff, and that's going to be a first down inside the 25 and more. Breaking free down the near sidelines, and it's a Texan touchdown. Jalen Harper breaking free from 2 or 3 tacklers on the near side, and the Texans strike first in 2024.
Zach will have to say this early on. Coach Broadnax, the offensive line coach for the Texans, has really been doing some good work with this offensive line, especially on that right side. That right side between center and tackle are really blowing some holes open right now.
It was successful a couple of times on draw plays. This time Harper able to take it 30-plus yards.
Now keep an eye on this. Ken Jones is the holder for the kicker. See if they have any trickeration, but no, it's a straight-on point-after attempt, and it is not good. So the Texans will keep 6 points on the board, but that's 6 more than they had when they started that drive.
That's a great way to start the 2024 season. Elliot Hernandez's kick goes wide left, but the Texans do lead it by a score of 6-0. This is Texan Football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com. Are you a small business owner? Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage, or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent agency with over 50 years of experience specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial, auto, or even health and life insurance, their knowledgeable agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April or Jason today at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com. Just a production programming note there. If we can, Jot, let's remember to keep Audacity open for future recordings. Trying to streamline our efficiency here as this is the first game of the season. Trying to make sure that we have everything set up for all 19 Arlington ISD games that we're going to be covering this season, including the Arlington Colts, the Bowie Volunteers, and these Sam Houston Texans. It's a short kick that is fielded at the 35-yard line and fallen on by one of the second or third line receivers on the Nimitz special teams, and that is where the Vikes will start their first possession of the 2024 season. They'll be moving from right to left on your radio dial with the two receivers set to the right and one to the left. Shotgun. Handoff. That's going to go to the right-hand side, and it's not going to go very far. That's number 11, Darian Contreras, on the handoff there. Looks like the quarterback will be number 18, Andrew Valencia, senior, 5'10", leading the Nimitz offensive pursuit today. Two receivers to the left and one to the right. Valencia moves the slot man in motion. He'll come behind him and head back out to the near side flat. And this will be a handoff again. And again, it goes up the middle for not very far. The far side judge is going to spot it at the 36. That may even be a loss of one on the play. It'll be third down and long for Nimitz.
Yeah, Zach, the big senior defensive lineman for Sam Houston, Elijah Bailey, number 56, was right there at the line of scrimmage to meet the running back and limit his access.
So it's a passing down for Nimitz on their side of the 50. They'll come out with a two receiver set to the right and one to the left. Two running backs back there with Valencia. Everybody picks up their assignments. Plenty of time on the play clock, and now time is running out. There's zeros on the play clock. They must be keeping up with it internally. The pass is going to fall incomplete across the middle. Intended target number 1, Evan Miles, a senior. And Irving Nimitz may go 3 and out.
Zach, he was there. Miles was there in the flat when he made that stop, but the ball went off his hands. Early season jitters possibly affecting that particular pass play, and the kicker is back to kick for Nimitz. Sam Houston's receiver is standing right about his 32-yard line.
Sam Houston plays it soft, rugby-style kick, high and barely across midfield. It'll fall out of bounds across midfield, but not much further than that. So it'll be good field position for the Texans when we come back from the break. Your score, Sam Houston 6, Nimitz nothing. This is Texan Radio on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their 3 original locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting TaqueriaTacoExpress.com. Coming back to live action as Sam Houston moves it across the 50.
They started with the ball at the 40-yard line. Jones with the handoff that time to the running back Harper, and he picked up about 2 yards on the play.
So it was
second down and 8.
So it went out of bounds in plus territory.
Correct.
The referees just kept marching it, and it did not get across the 50. So it's actually at the Nimitz 40, and the run takes it to the 38. Jones back to pass, looking across the middle now. He's going to take off to the left-hand side, still trying to extend the play, and he'll finally pick up what free yards he can and scramble out of bounds near the 30-yard line. A good pickup on the QB scramble. That was just good coverage by the Nimitz secondary, but Jones able to do a good job of making something out of nothing.
Yeah, that sideline close to Sam Houston's west stands opened up for him, and he took advantage of the open field and made something out of nothing on that. It'll be third and about 4 yards here for Sam Houston.
3 receivers set to the right and 1 to the left. Looks like the defense jumped early. The run goes across the 30, still on his feet, and he'll get first down yardage to about the 23-yard line. That's all effort by number 20, Jalen Harper, getting the chains moved.
Yeah, it looked like Irving Nimitz was trying to show a blitz on that play, and they got a little bit antsy on it, but there was no flag thrown, so they didn't cross too far into Sam territory. But good pickup there by Harper, just weaving his way through the middle of the
it's like the blitz just kind of ran past him almost.
Yeah.
Number 28, Malik Jackson, a defensive back for Nimitz, will have to come off for a play after losing his hat. It'll be a 4-receiver set for Sam Houston, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Jones drops back to pass, looking across the middle, trying to set up the screen. Harper will get it, but won't get away from the defense. He'll get picked up on that far sideline near the Sam Houston bench and will pick up maybe a yard if the referee is left-footed.
Number 4, Jalen White in there for Nimitz, the senior, 6'5", 194, had some good speed to zero in on that particular play. That was the screen. They overran, most of the Nimitz players overran it, but White stayed home and made the play.
Good open field tackle for minimal gain. It'll be second down, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Jones, play action, looking to the right-hand side, wide open down the middle, and that's going to be a post route, and that's going to be a touchdown. Devin Dawkins without a defender near him for 5+ yards, and the Texans strike again.
That was a great-looking play. Dawkins was all by himself. Nobody within 10 yards of him, and then he cut slantways across the field from the 20-yard line number into the far end zone for the Texan touchdown, second of the ball game.
2 possessions, 2 scores.
It's great to hear the Sam Houston Texan fight song playing in the background. Number 83, Latarius Wilburn, lining up for the point after touchdown kick here.
I believe
the ball dribbles.
I believe that's Hernandez, 83. And after 2 touchdowns, it's also 2 missed extra points. So your new score with 6:44 in the first, Sam Houston 12, Nimitz 0. This is Texan Football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Pecan Park Dental isn't your typical dental office. Nestled under the shade of 60-year-old pecan trees, Dr. Stephanie Bangs and her team provide advanced dental care in a warm, inviting setting that feels like home. Whether you're looking for the latest cosmetic dentistry or a cozy place where you and your kids feel at ease, Pecan Park Dental is your go-to in Arlington.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Welcome back to Wildman Field for Thursday Night Lights. Sam Houston with 2 quick scores against Irving Nimitz, and they lead it 12-0 early in this ball game, Pops. It's nice to see the defense get a 3-and-out and the offense be efficient with their scoring.
It's just fantastic to see Sam Houston getting off to such a great start here. Back deep for Nimitz, number 1 and number 12, Evan Miles and Christopher Hernandez, as the ball is kicked short once again. And Nimitz will start with good field position.
Maxwell Sane, number 34, is the kickoff specialist for Sam Houston. And it is fair caught at the Nimitz 36-yard line. Pretty similar to where they started their last possession, but unfortunately went 3 and out.
Texans with a 12-0 lead on the scoreboard here in the first quarter. Number 17 goes in motion, Austin Garrison, but the play goes to the left.
That's a handoff up the middle, and then cutting a little bit further is number 11, Darian Contreras. He'll pick up solid yardage on first down. That's a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Finally brought down by his opposite number 11, Noah Lopez, the senior linebacker for the Texans.
We called Lopez's name quite a bit last season when we were doing a trial run of Sam Houston home games. We did a total of 4 Texan games last season. We're covering all of Sam Houston's home games here at Wildman this year. And we're excited to be back for the 2024 season. 2 to the right and 1 to the left. High snap, but a handoff. Going to cut to the near sideline. This is going to be a first down at midfield and more. That's number 21, Jalen Harris, getting across midfield and getting a first down for Nimitz.
Finally brought down on the Nimitz sideline by number 30, Jaden Skurlock for the Texans, the junior linebacker, but not before a big pickup around that left edge for Nimitz. Ball will be placed at the line of scrimmage at about the 43-yard line in Sam Houston territory. Sam Houston clad in white tops with a red tops with a red helmet and white pants. Nimitz in a silver helmet, silver pants, and a white jersey to kick off this 24 campaign.
It's going to be a toss to the right-hand side. A couple of blockers for Jalen Harris. He'll go to what is our far side. It's technically the near side, near the larger press box on the west grandstand. But there is going to be a man down for Nimitz. Looks like one of their offensive linemen took a tumble.
It's a little slow to get up here.
We'll take a short break while they tend to him and be back with more Texan football presented by John Wade Roofing right after this.
Hi everybody, Paul Lovato from Jambo's Barbecue at the historic Arlington Steakhouse here on Division Street. If your teenagers make your fridge look like you've never buy groceries, then stop by for a Jambo Texan sandwich or our Sadie loaded potato. The king and queen of barbecue meals will fill your kids up and keep them full long after the game is over. Peace, love, barbecue, and football.
This broadcast is the intellectual property of Zach Arnold Productions. Any use of their multimedia, including audio, video, images, and other content, may not be repurposed without prior express consent of Zach Arnold Productions. We thank you for your cooperation and for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Zach Arnold and my pops Doug at Wildman Field for this non-district game between a couple of teams that have been on the hunt for a win. The lone win for Nimitz last year, Pops, was against their rival, the Irving Tigers. They won that game, I believe, by a score of 28-7, if I remember correctly. And Sam Houston had a couple of close games, a couple of close calls, but were unable to notch a win in the tally mark.
The young man who was injured is up on his feet. Crowd giving him some applause. Number 62, Aaron Alila, the offensive lineman, sophomore, 6'4", 308. That's a lot of young man there. They're helping off the field. He's walking rather gingerly. Looks like it may be an ankle or a knee injury. We're going to be resuming play here with second down and very short with the ball on the 34-yard line. Hash on the near hash if you're in the home stands. And we're ready for 2nd and 1.
Handoff up the middle. And that should be first down territory. Coming down to the Sam Houston 31 or 30-yard line is Darian Contreras, the senior running back for Nimitz.
Number 30, Jaden Skurlock and company in on the tackle for Sam Houston, but not before first down yardage was gained by Nimitz.
The Nimitz Vikings are led by M. Anthony Small, the offensive coordinator Damon Hodge, defensive coordinator Gabriel Goodman. A 1-9 campaign last season in a very tough district to play. Sam Houston, unfortunately, the victims of similar circumstance with teams like Arlington, Martin, and Bowie that they have to play on a regular basis. High snap again. This is going to be a run to the left-hand side. Contreras has a couple of blockers, but he is corralled from behind by the Sam Houston defense after a mild pickup. We'll give him 2 or 3 on the play after it looked promising, but he didn't follow his blockers quite as well as he probably could have.
Number 55, Nate Cole, the defensive senior, in on the play along with his other colleagues there. I know this young man. I've met him in class. I'm working with him right now at Sam Houston. I'm one of the staff members there. Nice, polite young man. Nice to see him get in there and make a good tackle.
Second down and about 8, says the scoreboard here at Wildman Field. 3:45 to go in the first period of play. Faking the toss, setting up the pass on the drag route. Bit of open field over there, but good closing speed will prevent number 12, Christopher Hernandez, from getting very far.
David Moreno with a great open field tackle there for Sam Houston, number 3 for the Texans, and keeps them from getting that first down. But it is 3rd down and short now for the Nimitz Vikings.
Ball is spotted at the Sam Houston 22, very close to field goal range, I would imagine, depending on the strength of the leg of their kicker.
A little more of a sustained drive here for the Vikings.
Handoff to the right-hand side, and it's going to be very close, just outside of the 20-yard line, says the far side referee. And the line judge near the chain gang is going to move it. But that was a very short run by Contreras. They needed 1, and he got about 1 6 inches. But it is a first down for Nimitz as we go under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Handoff to number 11 right up the middle for Nimitz, and he's met by a whole gang of Texan defenders.
That's Contreras for no gain, maybe back to the 20-yard line. 12-0 your score currently. 2 touchdown drives by the Texans and 2 botched extra point attempts. Nimitz went 3 and out on their first drive. This one started around their own 35 and has reached the Sam Houston 20. About 45 yards of offense gained so far with about 2 minutes remaining in the period.
Number 14, Messiah Ford, getting some special instructions from his coaching staff, and then they call a timeout because they want to make sure they get everything straight.
Second down and 9. As the stoppage of play is issued, we'll keep it right here with Texan football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing, Arlington's favorite roofer since 1982. Pops, this is not a very fun fact, but I feel like it is one that is worth mentioning to emphasize just how desperate Sam Houston is to notch a win in the tally mark. It has been since 2021 that the Texans won a football game, and that was against Keller Central on September the 17th. I won't say exactly how many days that has been, but if you all want to do the math, you may. So this early lead is one that Sam Houston is very interested in keeping in order to break a very unfortunate trend that has been taking place in the city of Arlington lately. 2 receivers set to the left, 1 to the right for Nimitz as they come out of the break. Play action, rolling to the right. Running out of room, and a flag is going to be thrown as Valencia could not find anybody to pass it to. Ran out of real estate and just threw it away.
Very likely a holding play on his players that were rolling out to the right with him, trying to protect him on that one. We'll see and wait for what the referee says here. He's got his back to us.
He has to face the other press box.
And it is a holding call against Nimitz.
The penalty is declined, however.
third and long.
To result in a 3rd and long from the 20. That's an interesting strategy by head coach Chris James. They will decline the penalty. And it will be 3rd down with just under 2 minutes to go.
Coach Boynton, the defensive coordinator for Sam Houston, feels like his D can come up strong here.
2 to the left and 2 to the right. Valencia calling out potential blitzers up the middle. High snap. Valencia rolling, going with the screen right up the middle. Very near first down yardage. It's going to be a completion to Contreras out of the backfield, and it does not make it to the yard to gain. Decision time for the Vikings, and it looks like the special teams unit is going to come out with just over a minute to go in the period.
That's a good play by the Sam Houston defense to swarm and collapse on that screen play and prevent the first down. It's still 4th and 5, and it looks like they're going to try to kick.
This will be
field goal.
33-yarder off of the leg of number 32, Juan Diaz, 6-foot senior. High snap. Line drive kick. But the end over end is true, and with just under a minute, Nimitz is now on the scoreboard. Your new score, Sam Houston 12 and Nimitz 3. This is Texan Radio on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Hey Arlington residents, are you tired of rising insurance rates? Then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save. Call April or Jason at 817-265-3346. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984. Thanks so much for tuning in to Texan Radio on YouTube. This is our YouTube debut, Pops. All Sam Houston and Bowie football games will be live on YouTube this season, while the Arlington Colts fan base can continue to tune in on Facebook Live, as they have since 2019. We started out as Colt Varsity Productions and have expanded to Zach Arnold Productions, covering one half of Arlington ISD. This is an exciting time for the district and an exciting time for us.
We're excited to be here this evening. Sun setting here in the west as we're looking straight into it right now. Sam Houston's ready for the kickoff from Nimitz. Back deep for Sam, number 5, Santillan, and number 17, Dawkins. We'll see if it goes that far. So far, they've been doing
so
some
far,
pretty
none of
short
the
kicks
have made it beyond the 30-yard line. Standing at the 30 is Latarius Wilborn on our near side. We'll see if it goes in the big tight end's direction or not. It will go Wilborn's direction. He'll call for the fair catch, but that's a live ball. He needs to fall on it, and he does at the 36-yard line. He called for the fair catch, and then he must have lost it as it bounced about 2 or 3 yards in front of him. All of his men in front of him were getting ready to block somebody, and they were all diving for the football.
May have been one of those early season brain cramps where he thought it would just die and be an automatic spot of the ball, but no, he had to cover that up, and he did. So we're good with the ball spotted at the Sam Houston 37 to start this particular drive here late in the first quarter, with just 52 seconds left in this first period.
So Ken Jones leads the offense back out onto the field after 2 scoring drives on their last 2 possessions. Man in motion. It's now 2 receivers to the left and the right. Handoff up the middle, and it's a big gainer again before getting to the 46 or 47-yard line. Heck, if you can get 8, 9, 10 yards per run, why not give it to Jalen Harper, Pops?
Yeah, because the Sam Houston line is controlling the line of scrimmage right now. That offensive line, the big men in the trenches, are opening up some holes either side of the center and picking up some good yardage, breaking into the Nimitz secondary.
It is just enough for a first down, so it'll move the chains and be a 1st and 10 for the Texans near midfield. Possibly the last play of the quarter. And it'll be a handoff that takes it across midfield. That one was all effort by big number 20. Harper really impressing us here early in this ball game, Pops. He took 3 defenders with him before he finally went to the turf after a pickup of 5.
Yeah, brought down finally by number 0, Carlos Castillo for Irving Nimitz.
And that will be the first quarter of play. 2 drives and 2 touchdowns for Sam Houston as we get ready to flip the field. They lead Irving Nimitz by a score of 12-3. We'll be back with more Texan Radio on Zap presented by John Wade Roofing right after this.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana. Aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Coming back to action at Wildman Field, Zach Arnold, my pops Doug on the call for the first high school football game of the 2024 season, one of 19 that we'll be broadcasting. Jot Holly is producing tonight's ball game so we can get familiar with the football schematics on YouTube and OBS. But he'll be on the call with Tim Costello for the Bowie versus Flower Mound game here at Wildman tomorrow night. Ken Jones under pressure, and he's going to get sacked behind midfield. That time, the offensive line let him down a little bit, Pops.
Yeah, Jalen White for Nimitz, number 4, was able to get into the backfield, got a good jump on the play, and was able to bring down Jones before he could do anything with the ball that time.
I think he was waiting for a play to develop, and his receiver just didn't get open in time before the defense collapsed on him.
If there's a positive note there, Jones didn't panic. He held on to the ball. There was no turnover on the play, just a little bit of loss of yards. But still within 10 yards, 3rd and 10 here for the Texans.
2 to the left, 2 to the right. Now a man in motion out of the backfield, looking right-hand side all the way. It's complete, back across midfield, but not going to be enough for a first down. That's Dawkins on the comebacker catch. It'll get to the 46-yard line, but now it's decision time for Sam Houston. Do they go for it on 4th and short?
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and about 4 yards here, and it looks like they're going to stay out there. And I'd like to see a run up the middle.
Or does Jones have it in him to do a pooch punt? We'll have to wait and see.
Haven't seen that yet this year. We'll see what's in the bag of tricks with three receivers on the left side of the quarterback, one to the right.
They
jump
got
there by
somebody to
Nimitz.
move, and there was contact, so that flag on the play could be enough to move the chains because it was 4th down and about 4. They got the hard count on the defensive line on the first game of the year, and it will extend the play most likely.
The Nimitz coach is pointing towards his side, hoping that the call will be against Sam Houston, but the referee with the ball is facing. Oh, he is facing against Sam. Is he going to mark it off against Sam on this play?
Did he say they flinched?
Referee offsides against Nimitz.
It is on the defense, and that will move the chains. So an unfortunate defensive mistake extending the drive for Sam Houston in plus territory.
Yep, the drive stays alive here with the ball at the Nimitz 41-yard line. Sam Houston driving right to left now, heading in the southerly direction here at Wildman Field.
Currently leading by a score of 12-3. Handoff. No, it's a keeper. Jones cutting to the far side. And that was a good zone read as all of the linebackers were collapsing on Jalen Harper because he's the one that's been taking the handoffs in this first half. And Jones kept it himself for a solid pickup.
Yeah, it was a very good fake on that one because everybody collapsed on Harper, and Jones took it off to the right side and picked up some good yardage.
He doesn't necessarily have the speed of Harper, but he had the awareness.
Oh, there seems to be some conflagration here on the play as everybody's moving backwards.
Maybe the reason
Houston
Jones got free was because of a little bit of tugging on the jersey there, perhaps.
Yeah, it looks like a 10-yard holding call. That'll move the ball all the way back to the Nimitz 49.
Still in plus territory, but they are going to have a bit of work to do. tight end Wilborn on the right-hand side. One receiver wide to the right, two to the left for the Texans. Wilborn moves in motion. He'll be a slot on the left now. Play action, looking for the wide receiver bubble screen, and there's a couple of good blocks and a big hit at midfield, and it's going to be penalized. That was a big hit by number 5, Carlos Santillan, on his defender, and he may have made helmet-to-helmet contact.
We'll have to see what the referees are consulting with the Nimitz sideline on this.
This is going to be against Sam Houston.
And they're saying to push him back.
Our producer, Jot Holly, says it looks like the indication is a block in the back. And they're going to march them back even further. They go back across midfield now. The offense going in the wrong direction. Right after a penalty extended the drive, now they find themselves in first down and long. The line to gain is the Nimitz 31. The ball is placed on the Sam Houston 41. Some defense chants coming from the Nimitz faithful, as Sam Houston lines up 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Looks like a possible wildcat formation.
I was going to say, I was looking for the quarterback,
I'm looking
Jones.
for Jones, and I don't see him. This is number 20, Harper, by himself in the backfield at the moment. Number 1, Montavious Jones, is the lone receiver to the left, and here comes Ken Jones. He was hiding behind the center. Play clock begins. 10 minutes until halftime. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Jones. Harper to his right. Ball on the near hash. Good snap, play action. Jones steps up in the pocket, now moves to his left. Under pressure, going to throw in the direction of number 5, Santillan, and it's just out of his reach. And it'll bring up second down and long.
Everybody heads back to their positions here.
Almost 1/4 of the football field by our estimate. Second down and about 30. Defense chance from a good contingent of Nimitz faithful that made the 20 to 30 minute drive down here to East Arlington. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Jones play action again. Blitz is picked up this time, looking deep, and he had a man, threw it too far.
Again intended for Carlos Santillan.
Santillan had his man beat, but there wasn't enough hang time on that pass for him to catch up to it.
Yeah, there was good strength on the pass. It just needed a little more arc on, a little more air under it.
Correct.
In order to get over that receiver.
Third down and 30 now. How many plays do you think there are in the playbook for third down and 30, Pops?
At least 1 or 2. Knowing Chris James and his sidekick, Cam Sanders, they've got something up their sleeve that could work if it's executed properly.
And it looks like
a timeout for Nimitz.
Nimitz is going to want to take a little bit to talk about it. That is their second timeout of the half with 9:48 to go. We'll be back with some more high school football from Wildman Field right after this. Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com. Welcome back to Wildman Field. Zach Arnold, my pops Doug on the call. Producer Jot bringing you tonight's action.
You know, Zach, one of the things we're excited about being able to bring you Sam Houston football is the staff and administration here at Sam are really trying to reshape the culture here in East Arlington. The far stands that we're looking at, the home field stands this morning, were filled with 3,000 Sam Houston students for
That's
a pep rally.
Incredible.
I got some pictures of it. I was out here watching it, and they moved the pep rally from the end of the day to the early morning. It was nice outside at 8:15, and it was something to see.
We're going to go with a dump-off pass and just see what kind of yardage can be picked up. And number 20, Harper, will get the ball back across midfield, but it'll be nowhere near the line to gain. And it'll be a punting situation for Sam Houston. Couple of unfortunate penalties stalling their drive.
Yeah, number 8, Caden Holder out there on the outside to bring down the player on that particular play. Tight end senior, 6'3", 212, on the spot for Nimitz.
Guess he plays both sides of the ball. He's listed as a tight end, but he made the tackle there, and it'll be 4th and long for Sam Houston. Good clean punt, end over end. Continues to sail inside the 20, and the referee will spot it at the 16-yard line. That's a good punt by Sam Houston, and it'll flip the field defensively as Nimitz takes over with 9:01 to go in the second quarter. The score, 12-3. You're listening to Texan Football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pecan Park Dental, where Dr. Stephanie Bangs and her team specialize in caring for the whole family. From routine checkups and cosmetic dentistry to dental implants and treating sleep apnea, they make dental care easy and convenient for busy parents. Located right here in Arlington, Pecan Park Dental is ready to keep your family smiling. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
First play for Nimitz in this series is a handoff up the middle to number 11, Darian Contreras. He picked up a few yards on the play. It's going to be about second down and 5 now. Nimitz will be sending a receiver out to the far left. Guy in the slot on the right. The toss to the right to Contreras is a sweep to the right, and he runs up to the 25, the 30-yard line. Sam Houston defense finally collapses on him there. Number 40 for Sam Houston, Eric Ramirez, the defensive senior, in on the play along with several of his other comrades. And that should be enough for a first down for Nimitz. There's a little timeout on the officials' timeout on the field as number 11 is a little slow to get up for Nimitz. Contreras still sitting on the ground right at the 30-yard line. Finally helped to his feet by one of his coaches.
Looked like he might have just been cramping there. I saw him grab for his cleat while he was sitting down on the turf. That is one thing about the first couple of weeks of the season, is you're hitting hard.
That was enough for a first down for Nimitz. I'm sorry, Zach.
Sometimes when you're in full pads, you're just not prepared for what's coming.
Ball spotted right at the Nimitz 30-yard line. Number 17, Austin Garrison, splitting wide out to the left.
Handoff. And a swarming defense corrals the running back there, led by number 10 and 12, Dontrell Anderson and Josh Niamari. In on the stop to make it second down and minus. We'll call it 12 after the tackle for loss.
Yeah, good job there by the Sam defense to sniff out that play and swarm to the ball. That's something that Coach Boynton really emphasizes with his team, is to find that ball and then collapse on it, and they did that, just that in that play.
It's an interesting configuration for Nimitz's offense. The receivers will set up, and then the offensive line will break to the center who is waiting.
Looks like Nimitz has called their last time out of the half.
With 7:22 to go until the break, there's some communication issues that they're going to try to sort out. And we're going to try to re-communicate something that I flubbed earlier. And we want to make sure that we honor them properly since they are taking such good care of us. We'll remind you all one more time. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pecan Park Dental, where Dr. Stephanie Bangs and her team specialize in caring for the whole family. From routine checkups and cosmetic dentistry to dental implants and treating sleep apnea, they make dental care easy and convenient for busy parents. Located right here in Arlington, Pecan Park Dental is ready to keep your family smiling. Let's do Wade. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Holding call, 12.
First play out of the break is a pass that goes back to the middle after a quarterback scramble to the near side. There's a flag down on the play during that QB rollout, very likely in the area of holding.
The reason he was rolling out was number 40, Eric Ramirez, for the Texans, was hot on his tail. He broke his offensive line defender there and was chasing the quarterback across the field, causing the holding play by the offensive line, and that's going to move Nimitz further back. The line to reach is the 40, and it looks like the ball is going to be placed just inside the 15 for second down and really long for Nimitz. They, too, marching in the wrong direction on this series. Nimitz comes to the line of scrimmage.
3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Second down and 22, says the scoreboard. Handoff up the middle, not going to get very far. 3 red jerseys to just 2 offensive linemen that were trying to block them. It's a numbers game that Sam Houston won there.
Naftali Gaycong and number 30, Jaden Skurlock, teaming up on that stop. Little to no pickup on the play. Ball resting just across the 15 now. 15, almost the 16-yard line of Nimitz. Third down and really long. Nimitz having a difficult time running anything up the middle on Sam Houston's defense. You would think in this third and long situation they might look for a pass play as they split one guy far out to the left, one to the right.
They may not have very much of a passing game to work with, as this is going to be a 2 tight end set that goes handoff up the middle. They'll get across the 20 to about the 23-yard line, but it'll be fourth down and about 16 or 17 with the line to gain being the 40.
Stopped again on the play by number 30, Jaden Skurlock. Right in the middle of that swarm of Sam defense, and it looks like Nimitz will be changing out their personnel in order to punt the ball away.
Number 13, Isaiah Terrell, drops back to his own 45 to receive the pass. Sunset about to head behind Wildman Field, and we can finally see the numbers a little bit easier. Sun in our face as number 12, Christopher Hernandez, lined up in deep punting formation. High snap over his head, inside the 10. Hernandez is going to have to get rid of it. 3, 4, 5 Sam Houston players miss him, and he's going to take off down the far sideline, but he's not going to get to the first down territory. After shaking away from 3 or 4 defenders, Sam Houston finally converges on him, and they will have excellent field position starting this possession in the red zone.
Yeah, finally tracked down on the sideline by Naftali Gaycong on that play, and Sam Houston is going to take over in great field position at about the 19-yard line. As the hot August sun starts to dip just below the tree line, we can actually see what's going on now.
Ken Jones and company back out. They've had 3 possessions and 2 touchdowns. They've got 5 minutes and change before we head to the locker rooms. They currently lead it by a score of 12-3. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Jones, handoff up the middle, cutting to the right-hand side, now headed to the sideline, inside the 10, inside the 5. A great run by Jalen Harper, and it's 1st and goal.
Brought down on the play by number 16, Zion Traylor for Nimitz. But not before Sam is set up inside the 5-yard line with goal to go here.
Handoff, Harper, up the middle, and he'll run into a couple of white jerseys at the 2. He'll get stuffed there to make it 2nd and goal.
Carlos Castillo on that play, not allowing the running back Harper to gain any yards on that particular play. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Ball resting on about the 2-yard line here.
Javian Holman comes into the backfield on this second down and goal. Pass play, rolling to the right, trying to go underneath, now goes over the top, and that is gonna be caught, says the far judge. Number 17, Devin Dawkins with his second touchdown reception of the evening.
Well conceived play there as Jones rolled out to his right, looking for the right receiver. Good protection for him as he rolled to the right, and he just found his receiver in the corner of the end zone for the third touchdown of the evening for the Sam Houston Texans to get this year off to a great start. Looks like they're going to go for extra points on this particular play to get back some of those missed PATs.
Jones will roll to his right on the 2-point attempt. Almost looks like the exact same play and almost the exact same result. Threw it more to the back of the end zone this time, intended for Latarius Wilborn. But again, Sam Houston comes up empty in the point after touchdown category. But for now, it does not matter. 4:13 to go in the second. It is Sam Houston 18, Irving Nimitz 3. We'll be back with more Texan Radio on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing, right after this.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Welcome back to Wildman Field. The Texans lead by a score of 18-3. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier in the broadcast, it has been some time since Sam Houston was able to be in the lead for all 4 quarters. The last victory for Sam Houston dates all the way back to September 17th of 2021 against Keller Central. Pops, one of the signs that's up on the press box area here at Wildman Field says, "On the hunt for a win." So far, that hunt seems to be going well.
Yeah, the theme of the day today was everybody was going to wear camouflage as we were hunting for the first win of the season. And I pulled out my Duck Commander camouflage shirt as the short kick goes to number 3 for the fair catch. Nicholas Kennedy for Nimitz catches the fair catch kickoff here. But yeah, everybody was in camo today. Camo and face paint and the whole deal as we're hunting for that first win of the season, and we're on the way here. It looks great.
The coaching staff during the offseason felt like they stood a good chance in the matchup here against Nimitz after they went 1-9 last season, unfortunately. A combined 1 win between these two teams. And I think, just based on what I've seen of this first quarter and some, Sam Houston really, really wants this first win. They seem hungry. They seem eager. There's good strategy. There's good play calling. They're swarming to the ball defensively as this toss goes to the left-hand side and cuts back to the middle. Now cutting again outside as number 1, Evan Miles, just cannot seem to find much running room, but he is able to escape a tackle and pick up about 6 or 7. Something that looked like he would get hit in the backfield, he actually makes something out of nothing.
Yeah, and as the play strung out to the left sideline over there, David Moreno for Sam Houston stayed with the ball and made the play and kept him from turning upfield.
Just over 4 minutes to go until halftime. We'll have the halftime discussion presented by Taqueria Taco Express before the second half gets underway. Handoff again. I can't remember the last time I saw a pass play from Nimitz, as this one goes near the 40-yard line. Taken by Darian Contreras for a minor pickup.
Wrapped up around the ankles there by number 10, Dontrell Anderson for the Texans. But it is enough of a gain to get the markers to move, and it's a first down and 10 for Nimitz. Ball resting at the Nimitz 39-yard line as they head left to right, if you were watching it on TV, towards the north end zone. Nimitz lines up with 2 to the left and 2 to the right.
Empty backfield. They've got a tight end on the right-hand side here. Watch the quarterback draw. Finally a pass play, and it's overthrown, and it's nearly intercepted at midfield. Moreno almost with the turnover.
Number 40 for the Sam Houston Texans, Eric Ramirez, was putting great pressure on the quarterback on that play, causing that errant throw. And, well, that's one that the Moreno wishes he had back. It was like, whoa, what's this? Is it the ball just hit his breadbasket? It
literally went into
off
his breadbasket and fell to the ground. I think he was anticipating a play on the receiver and wasn't expecting to make a play on the ball.
One receiver left, two receivers right here for Nimitz as they line up. Handoff to number 11 as he goes up the left side, up the middle, but he's brought down by a whole gang of Sam Houston Texans defenders on that play.
Contreras with the carry again. He's the featured back for the Vikings. We have seen some tosses and some handoffs to Evan Miles, but it seems to be the number 11 show so far tonight.
Yep, number 11, Noah Lopez, leading the charge for the Texan defense on that play, along with a whole host of his comrades there. It's third down and long now, about 7 yards for Nimitz on this upcoming play.
It's going to be a bunch formation. Nobody split wide left or right. And there's pressure up the middle. Pass play. Flag is thrown as the pass is caught by number 1, Miles, near midfield. It's good enough for a first down if it holds.
Lopez and Skurlock on the pressure from the defense on that play, causing the quarterback to scramble. We'll see what the call is here from the referee. Trying to sort it all out on the field there. They're consulting with the Sam Houston coaches to see if they want to accept it. Seems like the penalty may be against Nimitz.
Either a block in the back or a hold, most likely. The result of the play was a first down, so we know that the Vikings will get backed up. The question is how far.
Talking to head coach Chris James on the sideline for the Texans right now. James in his third year here at Sam Houston.
The hands moving in a circular motion by the man in the white hat. An illegal procedure is what's called against Nimitz. And they will get backed up inside the 40 all the way back to the 39 on their own side of the field. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 10. Line to gain is their own 49. 3 receivers go to the right-hand side, 1 man by himself to the left. Pass play, pressure, trying to go up the middle, trying to strip now comes the defense, scrambling, throwing, flag is down, ball is incomplete, and there's a lot more pushing and shoving on this near sideline. There are at least 3 or 4 pieces of laundry on the field, and it is for at least 2, possibly 3 different infractions. We'll have to see how all of this plays out.
Number 40 for Sam Houston in on the pressure, Eric Ramirez, giving the Timba with his arms held wide symbol, wondering what was going to be called against him. Sorry, folks, that's a Star Trek reference there that's close to our family's heart.
We also had number 3, David Moreno, with a pushing and shoving match with a Nimitz player on the near sideline. We'll see what the referee indicates. An ineligible man downfield is called against Nimitz.
So somebody got upfield as the quarterback was scrambling under pressure in the backfield.
The Nimitz huddle is standing directly in front of the referee. We cannot see what the call is. But it was called against Nimitz. Doesn't look like it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Maybe offsetting penalties.
Could be offsetting as we come back for another third down.
Back judge is now whistling something to get somebody's attention here. Oh, a flag wasn't picked up.
Somebody's flag was still down on the field. We're in first game of the season form for the officials as well, apparently. 2 men in motion, both tight ends moving from right to left side. 1 man wide left, 1 man wide right. Handoff to that left-hand side, and that is going to be dropped for a loss. Sam Houston's run defense was ready, and it's 4th down for Nimitz.
Naftali Gaycong, number 0 for Sam Houston, was in the backfield, but almost at the same time the running back received the ball and dropped him for a loss on that play.
Looks like Sam Houston's going to run their 2-minute offense as they call a timeout in order to get ready for their next possession. One of the punts that Nimitz issued earlier in the first quarter did not go very far, so they're counting on some favorable field position, and Sam Houston has 2 timeouts remaining with 2:04 to go until the break. A reminder, fans, to tune in as we turn up our crowd mic here at Wildman Field. You'll be able to hear the halftime performances for a brief time while we take a short break and gather some other scores from around the DFW area. We'll check and see if the Dallas Morning News is providing stats for tonight's game. I would have my doubts considering both teams' records last year. But we'll have plenty to talk about with thoughts and analysis from what we've observed in this first half, as well as things to look for in the second half.
You were talking about halftime. It's just a great high school football atmosphere here as the Nimitz band is warming up on the track. To our right from our vantage point, the Sam Houston band is in the other end zone getting ready to perform for the fans here that have come out for Thursday night lights. Terrell deep for the Sam Houston Texans on this punt.
They actually do get the punt away, rugby style end over end, and he'll let it roll, and it's going to take a little bit of a Nimitz roll before it bounces to the side. It'll get downed at the 30-yard line, and that's where Sam Houston's next possession will be. We'll be right back with more Texan Radio right before halftime here on ZAP, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
First down and 10, man in motion for Sam Houston. They're going to hand it off to Santillan on the jet sweep. Got a couple of blockers, but he'll run into a defender at the 32-yard line. Did a lot more lateral running than he did upfield running on that one, Pops.
Yeah, he was strung out. The Nimitz defense stayed with him pretty well. Number 8, Caden Holder, in on the tackle for the Vikings. Ball just across the 30-yard line on the Sam Houston side. Ball resting at the 31-yard line as they come back for second down and about 8.
Clock continues to roll after that run play. 1:20 to go until the break. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to try the handoff. Muffed exchange. Looks like a face mask on the grab, and now a cutback upfield. And getting out of bounds will be number 20, Jalen Harper. Made something out of nothing as he picks up 7 or so.
Yeah, it looked like there was some miscommunication on who was going to get the ball in that handoff. Jones finally got it into his running back's hands, and Harper really did a good job making something out of that before number 1, Evan Miles, finally makes the tackle for Nimitz. And it's third down and about 2 here for the Texans.
1:06 to go until halftime. Defense jumped, and they will have to stop play as one of the D linemen was unabated to the quarterback. That'll be 5 yards and a first down without having to start the clock again.
Little jawing in the trenches now as the tempers start to rise up to the level of the atmospheric temperature out there on the field.
Ball moves to the Sam Houston 42, first down and 10 for the Texans, looking for a little bit more before they head to the locker room. They currently lead it by a score of 18-3. Two to the left and 2 to the right. Low snap, play action. Jones going up top, and that's going to be caught at the 40-yard line. Great turnaround by number 5, Carlos Santillan. And it is first down for the Texans at the Nimitz 40. They're going to hurry up as we go under a minute to play here in the first half. 2 to the left. Now the tight end, Wilborn, moves in motion. Slot to the left as he goes. Play action. Jones rolling to his right. And he'll have to just throw it away.
Good decision there by Jones.
Good heads-up play by number 7. His man wasn't open. He thought maybe he was going to get an offside call because he was standing pretty casually in the pocket there. did not get the call, but also did not force anything. Second down with 41 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, good decision making there by the Texan offense. Good to see that sign this early in the season for the Texan football.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Draw play. Right up the middle goes Harper, and Nimitz was ready for it. He'll get dropped at the 39, and Sam Houston will call a timeout with 34 seconds left. You know, with a timeout to spare and with the success you've had in the running game, I don't hate the draw play call. It just didn't work out that time.
It looked like it was a little delayed draw.
Yeah.
And it didn't fool the Nimitz defense on that particular play, but the offensive line has been getting the job done all game, and so I think it was a good call there by Chris James and staff.
We've had a lot of running success by Jalen Harper. He's got a touchdown run to his credit. 2 touchdown catches for number 17, Devin Dawkins. And it's an 18-3 margin right now. With 35 seconds, 34.9 is what the scoreboard shows. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Texans at the Nimitz 39-yard line. Still have 1 timeout remaining. Trying to get some points before the half. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Defense chants, trying to cheer on the Vikings. Quarterback rolls out, trying to extend the play. Now he's under pressure. He'll pick up a block as he comes back near side, scrambling around, and finally makes the catch. What a great extension of the play. Harper finally found an open spot in the defense, and he will move the sticks to the 26.
There was a lot of steps gained on that particular play, back and forth, east and west. And finally got an open receiver. That was a great play, great heads-up play by Jones there to keep his cool. He roll away from the pressure.
He rolled far side. Nobody was there. He rolls near side and finds a man. Clock is ticking. We go under 20 seconds now. He must have gone sideways instead of upfield. They're going to go up the field here, up the middle, and play is going to be stopped.
That pass intended for Carlos Santillan was just sailed a little bit high on him.
Looks like there's a flag on the far side of the field, closer to the Texan bench, opposite of where we're positioned. 11 seconds until halftime. A lot of time came off of the clock after that reception by number 20, Jalen Harper. And with the penalty, we'll see if it moves them closer to field goal range or further away from it. Looks like it's going to move them back 5 to the 31-yard line with 11 seconds to go. They still have 1 timeout left. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right.
Still some lingering discussion between the head referee and Coach James on the far sideline. Now the call from the referee. And looks like a timeout.
Nimitz is out of timeout. Sam only has 1 left. They may be trying to figure out what the game clock is supposed to be. It went from 11 seconds up to 16, so they have adjusted it slightly.
Referee seems to be signaling illegal motion by the Texans.
You can hear chants from the Nimitz faithful. Their team will get the ball to start the second half. But aside from that field goal drive, there has not been very much on the offensive side of the ball to be very excited about. So they'll need a good offensive possession coming out of the break. The question is, will they be trailing 18-3 or will it be different?
Ball moved back to the Nimitz 31. So it'll be first and about 15 here for the Texans.
16 seconds on the game clock. 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Jones takes the snap, drops back, pass play all the way, steps up in the pocket, going deep, looking across the middle of the field, and it'll get broken up. 2 men in coverage there, including Nicholas Kennedy, and Montavious Jones was well covered.
Yeah, Kennedy got his hand on that pass at the last minute.
So now the question is, with one timeout remaining, do you try something across the middle in order to try to get yourself in better field goal position, or are we just doing a couple of Hail Marys before the break? Ball is currently at the 31-yard line, well within Jones's passing range, as we get another 4-receiver set, 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Jones, play action, man in his face, steps away from it, wheel route, and Harper's wide open inside the 10. He'll actually step out at the 10.5, but with 2.7 seconds left, they get it to Harper after a bump, and he goes out along the sidelines. I love a well-executed wheel route. Great play call there. But there is a flag in the middle of the field. We were watching the wheel route and did not see the ineligible receiver downfield. One of the offensive linemen got too far downfield before the pass was thrown. So that wheel route is for nothing, and Sam Houston will have 2.7 seconds left with the ball at the 34. Now it's Hail Mary time. You don't have enough time for a pass play and a field goal opportunity. You're just going for the end zone before you go to the break.
You know, Zach, even with the misstep there and the penalty called against you, the execution on that wheel route was well done, and that's a good sign this early in the season.
It is. Jones back to pass. He's going to go up top again, and it will fall incomplete. And that will be the final play of the first half here at Wildman. While that drive may have stalled, there were 3 successful touchdown drives for the Texans in the first half, and they lead it by a score of 18-3. It's halftime here in East Arlington. We're going to turn up our crowd mic and let you listen to some of the halftime performances while we rest our voices, try to collect some stats and thoughts on this first half, and get you ready for the third quarter. Thanks so much for tuning in to Texan Radio on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
to California. Came back with a pen and I swore that was a promise that y'all were staying. And you're leaving again.
Halftime at Wildman Field. Texans lead it by a score of 18-3. Zach Arnold, my pops Doug, on the call for Texan Radio, presented by John Wade Roofing. Some stats provided by the Dallas Morning News have a pretty interesting tale of the tape, pops. 168 yards of offense for the Texans so far, 85 through the air, 83 on the ground, 10 first downs to just 5 for the visiting Nimitz Vikings. That right there, I think, says just about all of it.
It's been a really impressive first half for Texans football. I've been really impressed with the way they are controlling the line of scrimmage. The offensive line is really pushing around at will, pretty much, the defensive line of Nimitz. And the other thing that we're seeing is great defensive swarming.
Yes.
They are really, when Nimitz tries to run that ball up the middle, the defense just collapses on him. And I know Coach Malik Boynton is a very fiery individual. Mm-hmm. He's infectious with the team, and it's really showing in the way the team is playing and responding to his energy.
Only 83 yards of offense allowed, 67 on the ground, which is good for only 3.5 yards per carry for Nimitz. Only 16 yards through the air on 2 of 6 passing. I think when that is an indicator of what kind of offense to expect, you can kind of sell out on the run a little bit more. And I think that's what they've been doing. They've been loading the box a little bit, sending an extra linebacker, and it's been containing the run pretty well so far.
You know, there's been some good plays, like you meant your favorite play in all of football, the wheel route.
I love a wheel route.
Even though the wheel route was called back for a minor penalty, an offensive player downfield, a lineman downfield, the route itself was executed perfectly.
It was.
And I can't tell you how impressed I am with the quarterback. Jones is really showing great composure out there. And I know that's one thing I feel like the Sam Houston staff was a little concerned about, was what his composure would look like in game time. And we saw one play where he ran all the way to the home side of the field, and he turned around and scrambled away back to the visitor side of the field, staying free of a tackle and completing a pass.
Yes.
I mean, he just showed great presence. He has good field of vision, and he's made several really good decisions tonight.
He had a couple of throwaways in order to avoid an interception or a sack, but he's also got 7 completions out of 12 attempts, which is over 50%. That's pretty good. 85 yards through the air, and he's got 2 touchdown passes, both of them to Devin Dawkins, number 17, who's got 3 catches. That's a pretty good ratio to have 2 touchdowns on 3 catches.
It's just been overall, I think the Sam Houston team has been clicking on all cylinders this evening for the first game of the season.
That's a really good piece of momentum to have. And as we have mentioned a couple of times in this broadcast, they have not been able to record a win in that column since September of 2021. They are now 24 minutes away from that as they lead 18-3 at the break. Let's take a look at some scores from around the area. There's not a whole lot of them, but there are a couple that are taking place tonight and a whole lot more for Friday Night Lights tomorrow.
Yeah, as the Texans come back on the field, Nimitz has just come back on the field for the second half. The only other game of interest in the district is South Grand Prairie is playing Rowlett tonight, and South is up 25-6 at halftime in their ball game. Other games that we want to highlight for tomorrow night, for Friday Night Lights, Flower Mound is scheduled to be here at Wildman Field against Bowie, and that game will be carried live on Zap Radio.
It will.
Naaman Forest, I love their mascot, the Forest Rangers. So corny. The Forest Rangers will be at the Gopher Warrior Bowl against Grand Prairie. Lamar High School will be at Plano West. Lake Travis coming into town to take on Martin. Arlington High will be at Mesquite, and we'll bring you that game live. Zach and I will be on the call for that one with Zap tomorrow evening.
Doubleheader 2 days in a row.
Yep. And then I still have a favorite place in my heart from my old school, even though I work at Sam Houston now, and I love Sam Houston. Place in my heart for Mansfield Summit. They're playing at Louisville tomorrow night, so I like to keep up with Summit as well.
Second half about to get underway, and we'll send it back over to Zap View as the Nimitz Vikings getting ready to receive the kickoff. But before we do that, we also want to remind you all that Taqueria Taco Express is the halftime presenter for Zap Radio. They feature a wide, authentic food menu across the entire city of Arlington with a new 4th location opening at Little and 287. This will be a deep drive fielded inside the 2-yard line by Nimitz. Coming back to the middle of the field now, trying to go near side. Flag is thrown as he gets across the 25-yard line. We'll wait for the call, but that is in the area of blocking the back. Taqueria Taco Express has a new 4th location opening at Little and 287 this fall, so take advantage of their Taco Tuesday deal. It has never been easier to do. Get 5 tacos and an agua fresca for just $10, or you can visit on Mondays for the new quesadilla birria. Try saying that 3 times
It's
fast.
easy for you to say.
Quesadilla birria only $9.99 on Mondays. So whatever Mexican food you're craving, Taqueria Taco Express has you covered. You can place orders online to collect points that you can then redeem for free food. Find out where those 4 locations are located and place orders online at taqueriatacoexpress.com.
All right, Zach, the second half kickoff by Elliot Hernandez was a long kick that went to Evan Miles for Nimitz. He received the ball on about the 10-yard line and brought it all the way back to right about the 15 before he was tackled there. And that's where Nimitz will take up their first drive of the second half as the Texans lead this ball game 18-3 and looking for more success here in the second half. The ball is actually going to be spotted at about the 17-yard line. So Nimitz starting 1st and 10 from their own 17. Again, that bunch look to start the second half as Sam Houston's defense looks to stop them there.
They're going to commit to that run as it goes to the right-hand side. He'll try to cut back to the middle, sheds a tackle, and does get close to the 30-yard line, taking 2 or 3 red jerseys with him. That's a heck of an effort to get across the 32-yard line before forward progress is finally declared over. That's a great run to start the second half for Nimitz.
It was. Darian Contreras just did not stop. He kept churning those feet and pushing the pile, and Sam Houston had everybody there. They just couldn't bring him down on that particular play.
In position, but he made great effort.
Yep. Ball on the 32-yard line now. Good pickup on that 1st and 10 for Nimitz here. Good first play from scrimmage to start the second half. You always look for what kind of adjustments might be made by the different coaching staffs to bring out new wrinkles in the second half of play.
They're going to try a corner run to the left-hand side. Not much gain there as it gets to the 34-yard line.
Jaden Skurlock in on the tackle. He brought the running back down by his ankles on that play. Good play by number 30.
From what I can tell, Pops, Nimitz is coming out with that bunch formation and not trying to spread the ball around as much. I think they're trying to add extra blockers in order to assist that running game because of the pursuit that Sam Houston has been providing.
Sam Houston kind of the defense has been in their backfield a good part of the evening, and they're trying to stop that so they can get some forward motion.
The huddle breaks, and it's 2 tight ends to the right-hand side, 1 to the left. Nobody wide left or wide right. Handoff goes to the left-hand side, got a couple of blockers, got a little space, and gets across the 40-yard line, does this running back. Looks like number 11, Contreras, trying to gain a little bit of speed. He ran for 36 yards on 11 attempts in the first half, and he is carrying the Vikings on this first drive of the second half.
Number 16, Ricky Mulama in on the tackle for the Texans, the senior defensive back, but not before the Nimitz Vikings pick up enough yardage for a first down. Ball spotted at the Nimitz 43-yard line.
Everybody except the center in the huddle, and now it breaks, trying to give Sam Houston as little time as possible to know where the blockers and tight ends are going to be. Contreras gets it, moves to the right-hand side, now cuts to the left. Got some space on the near side, gets into plus territory, and finally gets upended at the Sam Houston 40-yard line. The head linesman says that the runner was down before the ball came loose. It was picked up by number 8, Devin Glasper, but it is going to stay Nimitz ball at the Sam Houston 40.
Skurlock and Mulama in on the open field tackle for Sam Houston, but not before a good pickup there that gets the ball at the Sam Houston 40. Nimitz is moving, if you were watching this on the TV, moving from right to left, heading towards the south end zone to open the second half of play.
Huddle breaks as 2 tight ends go to the left-hand side, 2 running backs in the backfield with number 18, Valencia. He'll hand it off to the right-hand side. This is a new running back. Number 21, Jalen Harris will take it. That is a 5'10" freshman taking the carry for Nimitz to pick up about 4 or 5 there, Pops.
Eric Ramirez in on the tackle for the Texans on that play. It'll be second down and about 5 here for Nimitz. That bunch formation seems to be working for them as they seem to be marching down the field here pretty methodically to open this in their first drive of the second half.
Coach M. Anthony Small, offensive coordinator Damon Hodge and company making some changes, and it seems to be providing a little momentum here in the second half. Shedding a tackle and getting to the 30-yard line, it is enough for a Nimitz first down. Jalen Harris, the freshman, again on the carry for Nimitz.
Ricky Malama very active for the Sam defense on this particular drive, makes the tackle on that play. Ball resting at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 Nimitz.
Play call comes in from the sidelines, and now they break the huddle, taking their dear sweet time so Sam Houston doesn't have time to adjust. High snap, handoff to the left-hand side, and that will be a good tackle before he's able to get upfield. Looks like Harris again on the carry, but he won't pick up as much as he has the last couple of times he's had the ball.
Jaden Skurlock was belly down on the turf on that play, but as the running back ran past him, he stuck his arm out and tripped him up. So good awareness by Skurlock on that play to trip up the running back for a short amount of gain. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 on this next play.
The center now joining everybody in the huddle. He goes to the ball first. Now the huddle breaks. 2 running backs in the backfield. 2 tight ends, 1 on each side. H-back moves from left to right.
Oh!
Way over the head of the quarterback. It's headed to midfield, and he's just going to have to fall on it. That is a huge loss of yards. After all of that momentum, it just went 2, 3, 4 yards over the head of the quarterback, Valencia, and it will move Nimitz back and stall their momentum. And is that Valencia jogging to the sidelines?
Yes, it is.
He did something to his ankle, and he is going to have to be tended to. 18 Valencia, starting quarterback, hobbling to the offensive bench. And now on 3rd and forever, a backup is going to have to come into the ball game. This will be Evan Miles. He's listed as a running back, as an athlete. It's just ATH on the roster.
We'll see if he is actually the one that does run the offense here in the absence of his lead court. Yep, it looks like him lining up in between the 2 running backs.
Evan Miles will take it. Another high snap, and he's just going to run to the right-hand side all by himself. He'll get across midfield, tries to get to the sideline, but he won't get very far. Looks like a defender landed on him after he fell to the ground, but there will be no late hit flag issued.
Yeah, the hit applied there by number 3, David Moreno, for the Texans, but the referees deemed it a clean enough hit to let him play on. Good open field tackle there by Moreno.
So it will be 4th down, and the punting unit comes out for Nimitz. After a promising drive got stalled by a high snap from the center.
Terrell back deep for the Texans. The punt from number 12 is away, but it's a wobbly short punt that's actually stopped by one of the Nimitz defenders. Number 2, Jevin Woolfolk, grabs that ball and stops its progress at about the 24-yard line.
Around the 24-yard line, so that's where Sam Houston's next drive will begin. This is Texan football on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com. First drive of the second half is a handoff that's going to be met after a pickup of about 5. That's number 25, Javian Holman, senior running back for the Texans, getting the carry. We had been seeing a lot from number 20, Jalen Harper, but now it's going to be possibly running back by committee, Pops.
Good run there over the right side, over that right tackle. Picks up some good yardage on 1st down. Be 2nd down and about 6 here for the Texans.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like a possible RPO or a zone read that wasn't read properly. The handoff will go to Holman, but he'll get stopped, possibly for a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, on the play, Holman made a deke to the right, like he was going to run to the right, and then he immediately twisted and went back left and took the handoff from the quarterback, and it just took long enough that the Nimitz defense was able to collapse on him and lose some yardage on that play.
3rd down and 7 now. Some movement on the line. Gonna issue a big pass down the left-hand side just to see if they can make anything happen. But it looks like
there's no laundry on the field. There was motion, but no laundry.
that's interesting. I think the center tried to snap when he thought there was a man in the neutral zone, but nothing is going to come of it. And it looks like Sam Houston may have to punt it away.
I think Jones was taking that long shot downfield, thinking he had a free play on the pass there, and the laundry never came out of the pocket.
So it's a quick 3 and out for the Texans with 4:15 to go in the third quarter. A long drive that took up a lot of time on the clock from Nimitz that resulted in no points. But they're about to get it right back.
Christopher Hernandez back deep to receive the punt for the Nimitz Vikings.
They're playing the punt block and don't get to it. Hernandez will have to come up, and he'll let it take a Sam Houston bounce inside the 30-yard line. They will down it around the 25, and that's where Nimitz's next drive will begin. This is Texan Radio on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing. Pecan Park Dental is proud to support our local high school sports. If you're losing sleep because your husband sounds like a freight train at night, it's time to check for sleep apnea. Dr. Stephanie Bangs and her team offer solutions to help everyone in the family rest easy, especially before game day. Come to Pecan Park Dental, where even snorers can find peace, and so can you. Pops, you gave me a funny look there. It sounds like you resemble that remark a little bit.
I feel attacked right now by that last commercial by Dr. Bangs. And I just joke because Dr. Bangs is a neighbor of my office mate at Sam Houston. And we go to Pecan Park. We use their services and have been very happy. But sounds like a freight train? Speaking of freight trains.
A big run on first down from number 25. No, that can't be right.
No, it was number 11, but 55 was trailing him.
55 was trailing. It was 11 on the carry. Darian Contreras, 25 on the roster is Isaiah Bailey, a defensive end. So my dyslexia got the better of me there. I apologize.
But it's a 9-yard pickup on
it's
that
a
run.
Big run on first down. And is 18 back on the field, Pops?
Nimitz is really committed to the run right now.
18 Valencia is still on the sideline. So this is Evan Miles leading the offense, and he's handing it off up the middle. And it's good enough for a Nimitz first down to the 38. We do see Valencia off of the bench and trying to walk on his own power, but he is standing on the sidelines at present as number 1, Evan Miles, a 6'1 senior, is going to be stepping into this situation with his team trailing 18-3 late in the third quarter.
I don't know. Valencia's in his coach's hip pocket right there on the sideline, but he's really got a significant limp going on there as he's walking around.
First down and 10. 2 receivers finally split out to the right-hand side, and Miles is going to keep it himself on the left-hand quarterback keeper. Cuts back to the middle of the field. He's across midfield to the 40, and finally going to get spun. No, he's going to shake that tackle. He actually spun out of the spin tackle and is able to flip the field all the way to the Sam Houston 36.
Yeah, finally brought down by Dontrell Anderson on that play for the Texans, but not before a big pickup there on the keeper from the substitute quarterback, Evan Miles.
Quarterback counter as he leaned to the right-hand side like he might do an underneath pass and then ran behind the blockers to the left. Those same 2 receivers will split wide to the right, a tight end on the left-hand side. Miles will hand it off up the middle as Contreras will get a marginal pickup. Head linesman is moving to about the 33. We'll call it a pickup of 3, second down 7.
Nothing doing there as number 0, Neftali Gaycong, is in on the lead tackler on that play. Stuffed him right up the middle there for almost no gain. Miles comes trotting back in to get after he gets the call from the sideline.
Those 2 receivers will go to the near side of the hash. Nobody split wide to the right. The entire offense kind of bunched to the left-hand side of the field. Now a man in motion behind, and he'll circle back to the near side. Handoff will go to the right-hand side. This is 21, Jalen Harris. Got a couple of offensive linemen that went out in front of him, and he'll pick up a couple more. They'll spot him at the 30-yard line. The line to gain is about the 27, so that will make it third down and 3 for Nimitz in what can only be assumed to be 2-down territory at this point with about 13 minutes of game time left. 1 minute left in the third quarter. A lot of running has taken place, and we have eaten up a lot of clock here in this third period of play.
I think one of the things we're going to have to keep an eye on here is fatigue factor.
Fatigue and clock management. Sam Houston can't continue to go 3 and out like they did on their last possession if they are going to finish this one off. This is a keeper jutting to the right-hand side. He started up the middle, and now Miles is going to the far sidelines. That's good enough for a Nimitz first down as he runs out at about the Sam Houston 21 or 22-yard line, just outside the red zone, but they do move the sticks.
Miles seems to be a different type of weapon for Nimitz here in their offense.
Got a little more zone read, it looks like.
Zone read and just the mobility. He's got the feet that Valencia didn't have, and he's giving the Sam Houston defense fits as they're trying to chase him around the field, and he's picking up some good yardage.
Under a half a minute to play here in the third. This one's going to get bobbled, and he's just going to have to get away from the pursuit. He'll run to the near side and actually get back to the original line of scrimmage. And unless they can make it back to the line, this should be the final play of the third quarter.
Josh Nyamari and Jaden Skurlock in on the tackle, as even though Miles flubbed the handoff, he still was able to be elusive enough to get away.
We're headed to the final 12 minutes of play. Sam Houston is on the brink of getting their first win of the season and their first win in a while. This is Texan Radio on Zap, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Hi everybody, Paul Lovato from Jambo's Barbecue at the historic Arlington Steakhouse here on Division Street. You know we have the best barbecue in Arlington, but did you know we cater special events? From wings for your tailgate party to smoked prime rib for your wedding reception and everything in between. We've got you covered. Call us today. Peace, love, barbecue, and football.
The Revamped Football League features former college players and lifelong Madden players alike who seek friendly and organized online competition. Whether you play Dynasty, Ultimate Team, or Simple Play Now, enjoy College Football 25 in new and exciting ways with the RFL. Find their Discord or learn more at revampedfootballleague.com. Fourth quarter of play about to get underway. Zach Arnold, my pops, Doug, calling what could be an historic game in East Arlington as the Texans are 12 minutes away from notching a number in the win column for the first time since 2021. Fans, be sure to hit that share button, share the link around. We may be witnessing history here tonight if the Texans can hold on for another 12 minutes. Valencia is back in, and he'll keep it and get met inside the 20.
Tackled around the ankles by number 11, Noel Lopez, for the Texans. But he did pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Looks like Valencia is kind of switching back and forth because
there he goes. Number 8 just went down.
Number 1, Miles, is going to come in. And it looks like there's somebody needing to be tended to on the field for Nimitz. So while that happens, we'll say hello to our friends at Taqueria Taco Express. Taqueria Taco Express is your one-stop shop for all things authentic Mexican food in Arlington and Grand Prairie. And this fall, you'll now have 4 stops to choose from. Visit the new location off 20 and Little Road or any of their original 3 locations and try their $10 Taco Tuesday. It includes 5 tacos and an agua fresca. They also feature new birria items, plus tortas, gorditas, and more. Find out just how much more by visiting TaqueriaTacoExpress.com. Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience, specializing in tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need property, liability, commercial, auto, or even life and health insurance, their knowledgeable agents can help you feel secure in selecting the insurance you need. Call April or Jason at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com. First play out of the injury timeout for Nimitz saw Evan Miles rolling to the right and actually attempting a pass, and there was a flag down on the play as he was rolling out. Holding is the call against Nimitz, which will take them further away from the red zone. They were just outside of it, Pops, and now they're going to be pushed back closer to, what is this, the 26-yard line?
Yeah, there was good defense by the Sam Houston secondary on that play that gave Evans nowhere to throw, Evan Miles nowhere to throw on that play, and as he rolled, his guys who were trying to defend him pulled a little too hard on their defender. Ball resting now at the Sam Houston 25-yard line.
And a timeout will be taken.
There we go.
Fans, we want to remind you that the fourth quarter is presented by Pecan Park Dental. Pecan Park offers various dental services tailored to meet your individual needs. With the latest technology and friendliest staff in town, let Pecan Park help you achieve and maintain healthy teeth for a lifetime. Call 817-497-8826 to schedule your way to a brighter smile. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com. Coming back to live action at Wildman Field, Zach, Arnold, my pops, Doug, witnessing the last 11 minutes and 22 seconds of a game that has been seeing drama at the quarterback position for Nimitz, Pops. Valencia trotting in and out on various plays. He is out for this third down and long. Obvious passing situation with an empty backfield. Valencia steps up, rolls to his left, under pressure, going to take off and run, sheds a tackle and gets to about the 16-yard line. It is not enough for a first down, but he does pick up positive yardage, and with the score being what it is, Nimitz is going to have to go for it.
Great pressure there by Noel Lopez on that play for the Sam Houston defense that made it impossible for Valencia to really get a good handle on a pass, and now we've got another player with a cramp. That's going to be a common occurrence right now. Number 11 for Nimitz on the play, Darian Contreras, is down on the field right about the 20-yard line with a heat cramp.
While they tend to him, we'll take a short break and be back with more Texan Radio on Zap.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Extraordinaria y auténtica comida mexicana. Aquí encontrarás el mejor menú para el paladar más exigente. Puedes visitarlos en una de sus 3 sucursales ubicadas en Arlington y en Green Prairie. No te pierdas de su grandioso especial todos los martes, Taco Tuesday, de 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrarnos o hacer un pedido, visítalos a su página web taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Back to live action here at Wildman Field as Darian Contreras is able to get up and walk off under his own power. Pops, it's 4th down and about 4. What are you looking for from Nimitz on this play to try to keep their efforts in it?
If I were Nimitz, I'd put Evan Miles back in the play, go with the bunch formation, and that's just what we're calling for. Miles is going to be back out there on this play, but they're so wide spread out right now. They've got 2 stacked receivers on the right, 2 stacked receivers on the left.
We'll see what they call here on 4th down and 4. 10:57 to go in the ball game. It's a good snap. I think they were trying to go for the quarterback draw. Sam Houston brings the pressure, and they're going to get the sack. Noel Lopez with the big quarterback stop right up the middle, and Sam Houston gets the ball back with 10:49 remaining.
Outstanding call there by Malik Boynton for the Sam Houston Texans, their DC, to bring the blitz, and he came right up the middle and caught the quarterback before he could do anything. Like I was saying earlier, if I were Nimitz, I would have kept the feet of Evan Miles in there and let him run for that first down. It was only 4 yards, but they're trying to go for it all in a pass, and Sam Houston ate their lunch on that play.
Ball will be placed at about the 25-yard line as Sam Houston gets it back, leading 18-3. Handoff, shedding a tackle and getting across the 30-yard line is number 20, Jalen Harper. Was there a flag down on that play? It looked like something was flying around.
I don't see one.
May have been a mouthpiece. Something flew in that area between the offensive and defensive line. But it will be second down and short just across the 30 for the Texans.
Number 10, Aiden Ziegler, in on the tackle for the Nimitz Vikings on that play. But it's second down and about 3 for Sam Houston's offense here. Two to the left, one to the right, handoff, pass to the right side. Number 17, and it's off his hands, off his hands. He was hit late. Is there going to be a flag on that play?
Late hit.
It was a very late hit, but I don't see any laundry coming out on that one.
It went in and out of the hands of Devin Dawkins. It was that post route across the middle again. A lot of jawing taking place as some Sam Houston linemen pulling their teammate back to the 30-yard line. Dawkins had it go off of his hands, off of his chest, up in the air, and then it almost got intercepted, but instead it'll be third down and about 4 with 10 minutes to go.
It did look like that pop was a step or two late.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. And it looks like number 17, Dawkins, didn't know what the snap count was, and they'll get backed up 5 yards.
Little first game communication, first game jitters maybe on the half of Dawkins there, who's had a great game to this point.
Well, regardless, if you're on the Sam Houston roster, you have an understanding that this is a critical 10 minutes for your team, for your season, for your coach, and for your school.
All of East Arlington pulling for this Sam Houston offense right now to get some little ball control here and milk some clock.
Speaking of pull, the ball gets pulled and thrown in the direction of Santillan. The head linesman says that is a catch across the 40-yard line. What a great pitch and catch from Jones to Santillan. It'll move the sticks to the 41.
Sam must have really been working on those pass plays since the scrimmage that we went this last week. We didn't see too many connections. An offense has to build a chemistry between that quarterback and his receivers, and it looks like they've really been focusing on that in the last week because we've seen several good pitch and catches tonight.
This one's going to be a handoff in the middle to the right-hand side, breaking free across midfield, and finally wrestled down at the Nimitz 39-yard line. That was a great run. And again, Sam Houston in control as Kennedy finally records the tackle.
And wrestling is a good term for that play because Kennedy wouldn't get off of Harper on that play. He just kept him down in the ground, and I'm not sure how kosher that is.
How that wasn't any kind of...
Oh, we've got another cramp at the right
Another
at midfield.
cramp at midfield gives us time to say hello to another one of our friends. Thanks to Pecan Park Dental for supporting tonight's game. For busy families looking to improve their smiles, Dr. Stephanie Bangs offers clear aligners, a convenient, discreet way to straighten teeth without brackets and wires. Perfect for students, parents, and anyone who wants a beautiful smile with minimal fuss. Visit Pecan Park Dental in Arlington and make the clear choice for your family's dental health. Just under 10 minutes to go here at Wildman. Zach on my pops, Doug, on the call as we bring you what could be an historic evening for Texan football. Please be sure to hit that share button, copy the link, and send it around to folks. Let them know what we are tuning into here.
That last run by Harper was a good one to extend this drive and to milk some clock until the cramp came along. Got a cramp for number 0 here, Carlos Castillo, the senior linebacker for Nimitz. You expect during the August summers here in Texas are brutally hot, and you expect some dehydration and cramps that are a result of that as a part of this early part of the season here. Training and conditioning is a big focus on these teams, but it's just still hard to make sure that you're adequately hydrated for a game of this caliber.
3 receivers to the left, 1 man wide to the right for Sam Houston here. Jones looking underneath. It's going to be a swing pass to number 88. That's Latarius Wilborn, who'll pick up 2 or 3 on that play. Good collapsing defense by the second layer of defenders for Nimitz there. one of them, the linebacker Jalen White, on the stop. But Wilborn does stay in the field of play, picks up a couple of yards, and the clock continues to roll in Sam Houston's favor, up by 15. Three receivers left, one to the right. Wilborn now in motion. He'll be a slot receiver on the right-hand side. Handoff. Run play up the middle to the 30, close to the 25-yard line. Another great pickup by Jalen Harper. That's enough to move the sticks.
Harper's got good field vision, Zach. When he breaks through the line and gets into that second level, he's dodging and moving around out there and avoiding tackles and picking up good yardage. Zion trailer for Nimitz finally brought him down, but not before he got all the way out to the Nimitz 27-yard line. I like watching this Sam Houston team.
Something tells me this may not be the only game they win this year, as long as they can hold on for the next 8.5 minutes. Three receivers to the right, one man by himself to the left. Handoff, again, Harper going behind his big offensive line, gets into the red zone before he's finally tripped up at the 19-yard line. A solid pickup of about 6 that keeps the drive alive, keeps the chains and the clock moving as we approach 8 minutes here in the fourth quarter.
Another big shout out to Coach Hank Broadnax and his offensive linemen. You know, Zach, offensive line is one of my favorite positions on the field. And I tell this to the guys anytime I get a chance. That offense can do nothing without a good offensive line.
This is true.
And right now they are controlling the Nimitz defensive line of scrimmage.
Man in motion, two receivers to the right, tight end to the left. They'll go behind that tight end and cut back to the middle of the field. Marginal pickup, but it's very close to the line to gain.
Nimitz player number 00 on the play. There is no 00 on their roster, but that's a big man out there that just brought down Harper in the middle of the line for almost no gain on that play. No, just enough for a first down, it looks like. Sorry. Minimal yardage needed for the first down.
He didn't need much, but he got exactly what was needed.
That keeps this drive alive with 7:15 to go, as Sam Houston's driving towards the end zone for another score that would pretty much ice this one if we're being honest. Don't want to give the announcers jinx on anything here.
A 3-possession game with 7 minutes left does not seem very favorable. Pump fake, pass to the corner. That is a touchdown for the Texans. A little stunt and go, and that goes into the arms of number 5, Carlos Santillan. It's a Texan touchdown.
That was a beautiful play. I saw it unfolding. I love the perspective from the crow's nest up here at Wildman Field, but I could see that one unfolding, and it floated right into Santillan's hands in the corner of the end zone. What a beautiful play for Sam Houston football. All of East Arlington is excited about this team right now.
Let's see if Elliot Hernandez can break the jinx that has been taking place on special teams so far tonight. He will come on to attempt the 1-point attempt. 6:55 to go in the fourth.
Go get him! Go get him!
It's a bobbler, and the kick is a line drive, and no good.
Well, that's got to have something to work on in practice this week.
They missed that long snap. It was bobbled by Ken Jones, and they still tried it. Hernandez tried to send it through, couldn't quite get it. Your new score with 6:55 to go in the game. Sam Houston 24, Irving Nimitz 3. This is Texan Radio. I'm sorry, the Colts are going to be playing tomorrow. Texan Radio, first time I've done that all night. Texan Radio on Zap from John Wade Roofing. Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com. 24-3 in favor of the Texans. They are less than 7 minutes away from breaking an historic streak that they have been itching to break for some time now.
The theme for the Spirit Day today was on the hunt for the first win of the season. Everybody wearing camouflage gear today, and it looks like they're going to find their prey as the short little pooch kick is called for, fair caught by number 3, Nicholas Kennedy. And the Nimitz Vikings will come out and start their next drive at about the Nimitz own 26-yard line.
Those pooch kicks have been working. They're about the equivalent of a fair catch that goes out the back of the end zone. Very little difference in field position, going from the 25 to the 26, 27, whatever that is. And you don't have to run out the leg of your kicker quite as much. Yadi Pagan, the PA announcer over at Choctaw Stadium, says that the Seguin Cougars lead 57-0 against North Mesquite.
Gracious.
Great showing from the other member school in AISD playing on Thursday night. Back to pass here. This is Miles. Under pressure, he'll take off and run. Dodges one tackle, bounces off of his own lineman, and will not get back to the original line of scrimmage, but a flag will be thrown in the direction of Noel Lopez. Possibly a late hit committed by the Sam Houston D. And is that Miles that is down after the hit?
Oh, no.
Wonder who the third string quarterback may be.
We don't ever like to see young men get hurt in this game, no matter who the opponent or the home team is. We'll keep a close eye on him here.
6:43 to go in the fourth. They'll check on him while we check in with one of our sponsors. Hey, Arlington residents, are you tired of rising insurance rates? Then it's time to make the switch to Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc. Since 1984, they've been your trusted local insurance experts, offering competitive quotes for all your needs. Auto, homeowners, umbrella, renters, boats, and even classic cars. Why settle for less when you can get the best? Compare coverages today and see how much you can save. Call April or Jason at 817-265-3346. Chapman Cornelius, your local insurance partner since 1984.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Rummy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Rummy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
So as Miles comes off, it'll be up to the battered Andrew Valencia to try to orchestrate the offense as it moves up to their own 39-yard line with 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Valencia alone in the backfield, takes 5 steps back, 3 steps up in the pocket, trying to go over the top, and he'll dump it off underneath. It'll get caught near midfield and dropped almost right away. I believe that was number 8, Caden Holder, on the catch. And it is a gain of about 9 for second down.
Number 24, Braylon Ferris, in on the tackle, sophomore for the Sam Houston defense, and they're making a good play to stop the first down yardage. It's 2nd down and 1 for Nimitz. Good pressure also on that play by number 40, Eric Ramirez, as he was chasing Valencia around the backfield before he finally dumped that little pass off to his receiver.
They're going to go empty set again as they're playing with some tempo and urgency. Just in time for that urgency to take a little rest and a timeout. Zach Arnold Productions is proud to service the greater Arlington and DFW area. With experience in broadcasting, podcasting, web series, public address, marketing, and public relations, Zach can help you tackle any modern communications task. Whether you need an announcer for your sporting event or just need help proofing a press release, be sure to call 817-319-2402 to see how you can find energetic media solutions for your task with Zach Arnold Productions.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Fans, a reminder to stay tuned for the post-game show presented by our friends at John Wade Roofing. At the immediate conclusion of this ball game, we'll have thoughts and analysis on how this game went, plus some stats provided by the Dallas Morning News, and a look forward to future games on Zap. Pass play is intercepted on the next play out of the timeout. Sam Houston's got it at midfield. Valencia underthrew his opponent, and the defender for Sam Houston went up and got it. Laundry is on the field. I didn't quite get the number of who made the pick. It was on the opposite side of our vantage point, but it was picked up by the Sam Houston defense. The first turnover of the game, if you don't count turnovers on downs, and it could not have come at a worse time for Nimitz.
A little pushing and shoving after the interception and
Some
the tackle on the
frustration.
far side. Yeah, flags were flying, and the referees are all bunched up together. Looks like a whole herd of zebras over there on the other side, right at the 50-yard line.
My brother would love that reference.
As they're kind of sorting out what exactly happened.
In all likelihood, it will be a late hit penalty against Nimitz on the defensive coverage after the interception. Valencia telegraphed his pass. He was looking to the left-hand side all the way, and when he lofted that pass, it was easily picked off. And now Sam Houston just has to run the ball, get a few first downs, and march their way to history. Whatever that penalty was, it was declined, and it is Sam Houston ball at the Nimitz 48 with 5:35 left in this fourth quarter of play. Our producer, Jot, says that it was number 16, Ricky Mulama, who will be credited with the INT. And the Texans are on the march again. Handoff from the middle to the right side, breaking free across the 30. Actually stopped at the 32. I thought he was able to dive forward for a little more than that. But it's a great pickup on the first play from scrimmage by Jalen Harper, and it's good enough for a Texan first down. Clock continues to roll, down to 5 minutes remaining in this ball game. Sam Houston 24, Irving Nimitz 3. It'll be another handoff, this time to the near sideline. Trying to cut back to the middle, shakes away from one tackle and gets good forward progress. Number 25, Javian Holman, with another solid run for the Texans.
We were talking about Harper's field of vision. Holman did a good job there looking for that hole. And out of his peripheral vision, as he was running towards the sideline, he saw a gap, turned upfield, and picked up another 5 yards.
4.5 to play.
I would like to use the word consistent for the Sam Houston offense tonight. They have consistently picked up some good yardage on every drive tonight.
Well,
they had 1 3 and out in the first half. And
at the break, there was only 2 yards of difference between what they were rushing for and what they were passing for. Does not get more even than that. Another run play, this one to about the 20-yard line, and that is enough for another Texan first down.
Just under 4 minutes as we head towards a historic win here from Wildman Field in East Arlington.
We're glad that you're here to witness that history with us here on Zap. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Tight end on the right-hand side. High snap, but it's handed off cleanly. Bouncing off a would-be tackle, trying to get to the far sideline and not going to get there is number 25, Holman. But he does still pick up about 2 and stays in bounds as the clock continues to roll. Coming up on 3 minutes until history.
You know, showing some good strength there. Holman dragged 2 or 3 defenders with him for 3 or 4 of those yards. Not just keeping those feet churning and not giving up on the play.
A reminder to stay tuned for the postgame show presented by John Wade Roofing at the immediate conclusion of this game. We'll try to pull up stats from the Dallas Morning News, plus provide a look ahead to Sam Houston's next game and the next broadcasts on Zap. This will be a handoff to the right-hand side. Holman with more positive yards, but a flag is going to be thrown on that far sideline. That will stop the clock as we wait to see what the call is. Referee indicates holding against the Texans. That will back them up 10 yards. I believe that's only the 4th or 5th penalty committed by the Texans in this ball game. At the break, they only had 2 penalties for 10 yards. And I think they've only had 1 or 2 in this second half. Very cleanly played ball game by the home team. Pops, how much does superstition play into this? Do you think they'll be wearing the red jerseys as often as they can this season after a result like this?
Don't have a good sense for that yet. They have a white uniform that's very sharp, a new one this year, and so we'll have to see what
Holman
they do on the road.
With the carry, he'll spin away from 1 tackle, spin away from a 2nd tackle, and get back very close to the original line of scrimmage. He's finally dropped at about the 20. But there is another man down for Nimitz. You mentioned stamina being something to watch out for, Pops. This is number 4, Jalen White, a senior linebacker who is hobbling back to his position to ride out the final 90 seconds of this ball game as Sam Houston on a 3rd down and about 9 going to do everything they can to try to melt this clock.
Sam Houston's band across the field playing Long Tall Texan. What a great tradition for this school in East Arlington to hear that song celebrated here as Sam's driving towards a win here for the first game of the season with 1 minute to go.
They're going to let this clock go as far down as they possibly can before the quarterback, Ken Jones, calls timeout with 49.8 remaining. 3rd down and 9 for Sam Houston. Zach Arnold, my pops, Doug, we called 4 Sam Houston games last season as kind of a trial run. We had a really great turnout. We're back for the 2024 football season. And what a great way to start your 24 campaign with a convincing victory, winning on both sides of the ball. The only thing that you may have had a little issue with was on special teams, but it didn't affect the outcome of the game at all. Getting a turnover on defense, no turnovers on offense, smart decisions by your quarterback, good running by your 2 running backs behind a very stout offensive line. A rushing touchdown, 3 passing touchdowns to 2 different receivers. This is as much of a team win as you could possibly ask for. Low snap, handoff, and wrapped up at exactly the 25. Ball came out. Is the head linesman going to say Nimitz ball? They're going to say that he did indeed fumble it with 43 seconds to go. And the announcer's jinx comes into effect, as I just literally talked about not having any turnovers. There was one turnover committed. And that will give the ball back to Nimitz. Trailing 24-3 against Arlington Sam Houston.
Won't affect the overall outcome of the game, obviously. Just not enough time for Nimitz to really do much of anything. But Coach Boynton trots his defense out on the field, the defense that has done such a great job all evening, holding Nimitz to only 3 points on the board to finish out the last 43 seconds here of this ball game.
This will be a running play to the right-hand side, across the 40 to about the 43.
Number 27, Larry Toller, in on that tackle for the Texans defense. Senior defensive back there.
30 seconds on the clock. And it looks like
they're not in a hurry.
They are getting ready to line up behind midfield. They may try one more running play, as they may have to get one more off before their play clock expires.
Nimitz is just kind of done. Stick a fork in them. The Sam Houston defense has cooked them all night. There we go. There it is.
The buzzer sounds and history is made in East Arlington. A record losing streak finally comes to an end in emphatic fashion. Sam Houston 24, Irving Nimitz 3. The Texans get their first win since September of 2021. Over 1,000 days since their last victory, and they get it here tonight in East Arlington.
What a fantastic team win. Dominating offensive line performance, blowing open huge holes for the running backs tonight. The tandem between Jalen Harper and Javion Holman just running all over the defensive personnel for Nimitz. Sam Houston Texans are dancing away from the traditional handshake at midfield. Very excited about this win, as they should be. We're very proud of you, young men. Great job tonight. They're running over to the Sam Houston band, which is blaring the Sam Houston fight song over and over again. And they're getting ready for the Sam Houston alma mater to celebrate this big win for Texan football.
While they get ready for the alma mater, we'll get ready for our post-game show presented by John Wade Roofing. The fifth quarter will be taken care of all season long by our friends at John Wade. Some fun facts about John Sr. He played for Arlington High and was their team MVP in 1976. He also played for TCU and UTA, where he earned all conference and conference champion honors. After a stint with the Houston Oilers, he started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by the legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. The next time you have roofing needs or gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. We'll go ahead and bring it into the studio. A couple of very happy Arlingtonites getting to celebrate a Sam Houston victory here tonight by a score of 24-3. Pops, it has been 1,077 days since the Texans got to say that they were victors, and they did it in every possible fashion tonight.
Yep, they played well on both sides of the ball. I've kind of beat this into the ground, but the offensive line, my favorite position on the field, really dominated the line of scrimmage, opening those huge holes for the running backs. There were good pass plays. As you mentioned, we'll be interested to see the post-game stats. But at halftime, the offensive passing and the offensive running wwere almost identical.
They were.
So it's a balanced attack.
It was.
And that's something you really like to see from any football team, is that balance that they have. And they had the alma maters playing in the background, and I'm getting chills because I love the fact that this team has brought a win to this school and to this east side of town. It's just a real shot in the arm for everybody.
Stats provided by the Dallas Morning News: 246 total yards of offense for Sam Houston tonight, compared to just 190 for Irving Nimitz. So a great defensive performance, holding their opponent under 200 total yards. 114 through the air and 3 touchdowns tonight for Ken Jones, number 7, orchestrating the offense with a lot of efficiency on 10 of 17 passing. 132 yards on the ground. They averaged 5.7 yards per carry, which is basically a first down every 2 runs.
Yeah, that goes back to the offensive line manhandling their defensive opponents and opening those lanes for those runners to just run wild tonight. They did a good job. I mean, let's be fair. There are always things to come away from that you can work on.
Yes.
And that would be special teams.
Yes.
I think special teams could use some work on the kicking game, as we didn't make a point after touchdown conversion at all tonight.
Right.
So that's just something to work on. But that's a side thing that we want to not let detract from this historic win. We keep using that term. It is historic. It's a big win for this school, for this team, and for this community here in East Arlington. I want to shout out to Juan Villarreal, our principal here at Sam Houston High School, is really loves this campus and loves these kids and wants to see the spirit come back to this campus. And the football team is a big part of that. So
indeed.
Congratulations to Chris James.
Yes.
And his opening up his 3rd year here at Sam Houston. He's a Sam Houston alumni. He was a quarterback of a team that made a quarterfinal drive back in the 80s. And so it's just it's a whole lot of fun to see this team and Coach James get this opening win tonight here at Wildman Field.
Some scores from around the area. We mentioned the game between South Grand Prairie and Rowlett. It has not improved. Late in the 4th quarter, the Warriors lead by a score of 38-6. The last we heard from our friend Yadi Pagan over at Choctaw, it was all Seguin, 57-0 against North Mesquite. Flower Mound is at Bowie this weekend, and we'll be covering that here on YouTube. Arlington will be playing at Mesquite. We'll be playing that on Facebook Live. You and I will be on the call for that tomorrow night. Jot Holly and Tim Costello will have the call for Bowie Flower Mound. And then Lamar is at Plano West with Lake Travis playing the Martin Warriors. The next Texans game will be on September the 6th against Burleson Centennial, and that game will be broadcast on Zap as well. So I think that's all we've got as far as what to look forward to, games that are still going to be played in this district. Pops, any final thoughts before we call it a night?
Well, my final thoughts would be that this is just my favorite season of the year. Forget winter, summer, spring, and fall. It's football season, folks. And we opened up with Thursday Night Lights. We've got some great matchups tomorrow night on Friday Night Lights, and college football this weekend with the Longhorns and playing Colorado State and the Aggies hosting the Notre Dame Irish. What a lineup to kick off this Saturday. Can't wait to just enjoy the overall atmosphere. But coming away from this game, and if we don't hurry, they're going to shut the lights down on us and lock us in. But this was just a fun game. And I've already sent an email out to our staff congratulating the win tonight. And I look forward to continued energy being built into this community started by this team tonight.
We hope that energy will carry over into our next broadcast as well. Sam Houston and Burleson Centennial next week here on Zap. Tomorrow we'll have Arlington at Mesquite and Bowie versus Flower Mound. But that's going to do it for us tonight here at Wildman Field. For producer Jot Holly and for my pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you for supporting local football and supporting local businesses by tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Until next time, good night from Arlington, Texas.